So I finished cleaning up. I managed to get all 4 hinges off the shutters. I've given the place a hoover and yeah, just cleaned everything up, ready for the next phase, which is the sanding, which isn't going to be very fun. The next job is this door. And as you can see, I've stripped most of it quite a while ago, but I need to do the architrave around the edge, or at least finish it, because I've started that as well. Also, I've got something to fix here. The keep of the door has completely shattered, like broken off, almost like someone's like kicked the door from the other side and it's broken, just like shattered the cast iron keep. Maybe it was like kids mucking around, because it sounds like something me and my brothers would have done, like mucking around. So I need to replace that keep because I've never been able to shut this door. That's why it's got a lock on it to keep it shut, because it just like comes open. There's no keep. And I've been meaning to do it for years. So I'm going to sort this out. And actually, while we were mudlarking once, or tiplarking rather, I actually found an antique keep that I'm hoping will fit here. So I'm going to have to go upstairs into the attic and find that. And if that fits, that would be really cool. Anyway, I need to get this box out the way. This is all stuff that's going to go to a charity shop. Loads of like old clothes I've sorted out and shoes. And for some reason, there were stickers all over this door, and they've tried to peel them off, but it seems they've just painted over the top of stickers that have been on this door. It was the same with the shutters, and in Mum's bedroom, which is way back there. Mum's bedroom is essentially identical to mine. It's just on the other side of the house. But hers has got stickers all over it that have been poorly painted in like a really thick, ugly layer of this gloss paint. But the paint kind of just peels off. It's really, really satisfying. And once you start, it's like addictive. It's getting quite late now and it's time to go and get something to eat because I'm hungry and thirsty. I've been doing this all day, but we are almost there. Okay, so today I'm going to finish this door, finish getting it stripped. There's only a tiny little bit left to do. And I think I'm going to take it off the hinges, which might be a bit of a struggle, but we'll get it off because all around the edge of the door, bits I can't really get to, it's got paint, big thick dribbles of paint where it's kind of like got caught. You know what I mean? In the like gap between the... And the sun's come in this morning. It's been grim for days on end and it's nice and sunny today, look. But I'm in here with this hideous smell of paint, which has just filled this whole room. I should also mention that all the windows are open, so the window in my bedroom's open and the windows around the place are open to get a bit of airflow coming through the house, so it's not completely suffocating in here. I'm really sick of wearing this mask. It's making my face all spotty. The view is absolutely stunning and it's the most beautiful winter's day today as well. And you can feel spring in the air. Don't know if you can hear the birds singing. It feels like hope. It's going to be an amazing space, I think, this room, once it's done, with an incredible window like this. And I think it's definitely going to be worth putting the effort into these shutters because they frame this incredible view. And I think it's quite satisfying as well, sort of finishing off those little details, because I feel like they've been overlooked. Like the paint's just kind of been slapped on top of stickers. It just feels like the care hasn't been put into it. So it's nice to kind of undo it all, which I've done. And it was a struggle, but it's going to be so nice. It's going to be so satisfying repainting it and then standing back there and seeing it all done and shutting the shutters again. And I've got the little latch actually that goes onto the shutters. I found it here. It was lying right here on the inside of the shutters, the original little latch, which is like cast brass. So I'm gonna reinstate that as well. So hopefully they'll smoothly open and close back. And it's just, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Be able to open the shutters in the morning and let all this amazing light through. But yeah, anyway, I've got to do the dirty part now and do some more stripping on that door. I've only got a tiny bit left to do, but I'm gonna take the door off the hinges. And I'm gonna soak the hinges from the door along with the hinges off the shutters as well to get all that paint off. And in an ideal world, I'd like to have a key or modify an old key to be able to open that door, open and lock it and unlock it. Because God only knows where the original keys from this house have gone. God only knows. They could be anywhere. Long gone anyway. But yeah, it would be nice to bring back these little finishing touches. And I think that's why it's going to be worth getting rid of the old skirting boards and reinstating them with some just like plain pine skirting boards. And I think that'll look really good. So that's going to be the next step. I'm going to finish the door, strip the door. I'm going to remove some of the furniture in this room because it's still full of my stuff. So I'm going to take all that out and put it in the craft room, which is just next door, behind you. And then I'm going to start taking the skirting boards off. Once the skirting boards are off, I think I'm going to paint the walls. After the wall's done and painted, I'm going to work on the floor, which is going to be a challenge because the floor's not great cosmetically. It doesn't look great at all. It looks really rough. Anyway, I'm putting it off by just blabbering on at you right now. And it's so nice here, just sitting here, just doing nothing and listening to the birds. I've not been able to open the window like this for so long because the weather's been so awful, but anyway, I've got to get on with the job. It's not going to get finished at this rate if I just lounge around. Okay, so the plan now is to remove the door from the hinges. And there are Phillips screws in here, which are the star-shaped, like, screw heads, which suggests, because the originals would have been, like, flathead, like, single, basic. So it looks like they're modern, shiny, like, steel screws in there. So at one point, the door has been taken off the hinges. The hinges are absolutely covered in paint, like plastered in paint, like gloss and like layers of it. Getting the hinge off completely off the door frame might be a bit of a struggle because I'm gonna have to remove the paint away from the screw heads. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. So yeah, you can clearly see the Phillips or the star head like that. Screwdriver. There, and there. Oh, 4. There, and there. On this side, flathead. You can just about see it. 4 of them, but completely covered in paint. Go all the way down. Here as well. Both sides are plastered in paint, actually. Gonna have to get all this paint off to be able to get the door off the hinges before I can clean this up. So yeah, that's what we'll struggle with right now. Right, so that's come straight. That's come loose. This door's heavy. This is a solid wood door. I don't know what kind of wood, but it's heavy. So there's probably a way of doing this. I'm not gonna lie. You probably like leave one in and before you take the top ones off. You probably do something like that. I have a feeling you probably do. Anyway, we're gonna have to work on the top now and hope nothing breaks. Okay, I just put a wedge under the door and I'm getting the paint out the crevices. They're coming out really easily, thank goodness. The more of these I take out, the more pressure it puts on the other screws. I'm not heavy enough. Oh my goodness, my arms. There we go. In who knows how many years, it's finally free. It's just balanced right now, so yeah, I'm gonna get off the ladders and then try and take it off. Gosh, it's still stuck. Oh my goodness. A door. I've never taken off a door before. Not one this big. quickly now. And obviously there's the other side to do. But I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm going to leave that later. At a later date. I can clean up all this edge. And the door frame. Oh goodness, it's heavy. It's heavy. That's so weird, it's just a hole in the wall. I've got more stripping to do still. It's never ending. I'm going to do all around the door frame on the inside of the room. And this just seems like it's going to take forever. I'm going to get this threshold thing up as well. Need this aluminium thing out of the way if I'm going to sort the floor out, so I might as well just do that now. Yeah, I never actually thought I'd be filming me stripping in my bedroom. That is, yeah, something I never expected to be doing for my life. There you go. So I guess I'll continue doing that, stripping the paint off and So by this point in the day, the battery on my microphone had actually just completely run out. So there's no sound. But essentially I'm taking the hinges off the door, which turned out to be quite the struggle. But after using various different tools, and I used the heat gun as well to sort of soften them up, they eventually did come off. So for the next step, we thought we'd try some paint stripper to get rid of the excess paint on there. like jelly. In fact, several people asked why didn't I use paint stripper on my shutters, or that I should have used paint stripper on my shutters. But the truth is, paint stripper is really rubbish these days in Europe. I think new regulations were brought in a while ago, taking out the key chemicals that are used to actually strip the paint. So I tried stripping the paint on the shutters to begin with, but it only took off barely half a layer at a time. So to strip the shutters and the door would have taken a lot of money's worth of paint stripper and a lot of time and a lot of mess. So it was actually cheaper and easier just to use the heat gun. And of course, it takes out the use of all those chemicals. But here we decided to use some of that paint stripper up that we bought to test on the shutters, and we had to leave them with this paint stripper on for quite a while, and we had to keep replacing it as well. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy that I decided not to use chemical paint stripper and just use the heat gun.